Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
It is always a pleasure to welcome someone who is truly funny to the Mike O'Mara Show, and I will tell you that I know, Rob, I think this is one of our favorite guys ever to be on the show.
Absolutely.
I've been a fan for years and years. He will be appearing at the Paramount Hudson Valley in Peekskill, New York, this Friday, July 31st. Well, let me get all the plugs out of the way right up front.
Very good.
Saturday, August 8th, he's at Carmine's Comedy Club in Poughkeepsie. Saturday, August 15th, he will be at the Act 2 Playhouse in Ambler, Pennsylvania, starring in Big Pants and Hot Flashes.
Nice.
And also on Monday, August 17th, he will be at New York City's legendary Birdland at 7 p.m. You can get tickets for that at ticketfly.com. We welcome one of the funniest guys. I love this man. Kevin Meaney is joining us on the Mike O'Mara Show.
O'Mara Show. Oh, my God. It's great to talk to you. It's been so long. Where have you been? What have you been doing?
I've just been dealing with a failing career, Kevin. Other than that, everything is just hunky-dory. But, I'll tell you, every now and then I need a shot of Eeny Meeny. And let me tell you, we've got that today. How have you been? I'll tell you one thing right out of the gate. You look fantastic. You lost about 1 million pounds. You don't look like a man of 84. It's truly it's incredible how good you look. What did you do? How much weight did you lose, Kevin? You lost a ton.
Well, I'm not eating. I'm starving myself to death. And people say, "How did you lose the weight? How did you lose the weight?" I'm starving. That's how I lost the weight. I haven't eaten in months. I'll have a rice cake occasionally.
Oh, that's I think that's probably more and more people are coming out saying that's really ultimately what you have to do. You have to starve yourself.
That's the only way to lose weight, And I'm a vegetarian now, and people say, "Oh my God, you're a vegetarian! Oh my God, you're a where do you get your protein? Huh? I said I'm gay. I'm getting plenty of protein."
Oh my God! I can't. You know what? I can't imagine how.
That is so disgusting. I'm sorry.
That is. You know what? Welcome to the land of disgusting. We love. You heard the guffaws. We love the disgusting. And how is the new improved gay Kevin Meaney doing anyway?
Well, I tell you, I'm working out like a madman, doing that Fonda workout, Peter Fonda workout. That's where I wake up in the morning, take a hit of acid, smoke a joint, go over to my sister's house, ask her for money.
Bada bing, bada bing.
I tell you, you're a great audience, I'll tell you that much.
We love you, Kevin. We love you. I've loved you for a long time. Now, I know you're doing stand-up all over. Tell me about Big Pants and Hot Flashes, because that is, that's a stage show? That's a play? What is that? It sounds interesting. Did we lose him?
Kevin?
Did we lose?
Oh,
you're I was asking you about Big Pants and Hot Flashes. Tell me all about that.
Well, it's a show where a friend of mine, I met this woman about a year ago, and she said to me, "Oh, we worked together in the 80s." And I said, "Oh," and she goes, "Do you remember me?" And I said, "Of course I remember you. My God, it's so good to see you." And so I said, "What have you been up to?" "Well, I had a sex change operation."
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And
wow.
I said, "Wait a minute, I don't remember you. You can tell me the story." So she was married, and she had a wife and children, and she had a sex change operation. This is what she what she wanted to do her whole life, and so it was kind of bittersweet. It was sad, and it was, so much courage that this woman had, Julia Scotti, and her name previously was Rick Scotti, and I came out I don't think I was out when I was on your show last time.
You had just come out. You had
just come out. As a matter of fact, you were
Okay. All right.
you had just done that. Yep.
So so both of us had gone through this transition of changing our lives, turning them upside down in our early 50s, and she had and I had, and we became good friends, and we decided to do this show, Big Pants and Hot Flashes, and it's both of our stand-up performances, and then at the end of the show we'll do a Q&A. So it's kind of an awareness show of for the LGBT community and for everybody to come out and see this show where there's two people that are both very funny, and for people to come out and ask any questions they want and enjoy a great show. And
how incredibly timely is that with the whole Caitlyn Jenner situation? I mean, that is just, and I would imagine with the publicity and the all of the attention that was heaped upon Caitlyn Jenner, and obviously you put this thing together prior to that, it's got to feel pretty good to see all this attention on this situation, because I mean, I think the trans community for a long time really misunderstood, and it's just I feel like there's been a tremendous awakening in the American public. Do you agree with that?
I do, but a lot of people are still angry and they don't know how to deal with it. And I think through stand-up comedy, I think they can be aware and they can understand, and they can kind of be more accepting towards just people. This is what people go through a lot of stuff. And you have to be accepting towards everybody. And this great woman, she is terrific. She's funny, and she's just she's got a big heart, and I just think the world of her, and we really became good friends over the last year. I can call her anytime I want, and I just adore her.
Have you found have things has it been a smooth ride since you came out, or has it been difficult, and how has that progressed, because it's been a while since we've talked to you?
I think it's been mostly a smooth ride, but I've lost a lot of work because of just people that they think that I'm a gay comedian, and I'm not. I'm just a comedian.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people will just say, well, I don't want him in my club. And, there's certain social limits. I think, people just, they don't understand. And I think this show kind of brings that. It's a lot harder. First of all, my ex-wife and I are best friends.
That's great.
So, we've really come, from a place where she didn't want to talk to me, and she was really angry, and I don't blame her, and I was angry at her. And then, we really came together for our daughter, and then through our daughter, we became, really best friends again. So, I mean, I can call her anytime, and, we have a terrific relationship,
That's great, and I've seen pictures of your beautiful daughter online. I love it when you post those pictures of your daughter. Rob had a question. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, with the Big Pants and Hot Flashes, you say you close the evening with a Q&A. Now, you're well known for your stand-up. How does the Q&A go? Do you enjoy that as much as the stand-up? Do you think that people leave the night with a better understanding because of that?
It's kind of like a radio interview. I don't know what you're going to ask.
Right.
And so you just have to be really honest about, your stand-up performance is, your stand-up performance. You've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you add a new joke here or a new joke there or a new bit, and you kind of rehearse it. But when you do an interview, you have to be honest, and that's the great thing. Yeah, and in stand-up, you have to be honest. So, for many years I wasn't. So now I have this, I've been freed up. I'm free. I'm free, everybody. So it's kind of a rebirth. It's great to be able to just go up there and speak your mind. And some people get upset about it. I didn't come to hear that. I didn't come to hear any of that stuff, that, that gay stuff, But I don't do, I don't do like a, it's more of who I am than, it's not a sexual routine, it's not, I'm not. And it's like when I was married, I never talked
I have to interrupt you because I find myself right now writing jokes for if Kevin Meaney had a sexual routine, and it would tie into your old material, which we all know and love you for.
Don't be talking about sex on stage. God.
and I'm thinking
hearing about that.
That's right. What are you doing with that, man? You'll put your eye out. That's the one. That's the one that comes to mind. Right away with that. Is that frustrating when you've got that, when you've got such tremendous notoriety for the big pants, and you'll put your eye out, and that's not right. And do you? I know that we've talked to TV people for years and years. If you're on a sitcom, some people can embrace the fact that that's what put them on the map, and other people say, "Oh, I'm tired of hearing it." Where do you? I think I've asked you that question before. Where do you line up on that? Do you mind people coming up and say, "Hey, do the big pants bit"? The put your eye out.
Never.
Okay.
I mean, it did put me on the map, and if people come up to me on the street and go, "Oh God, we're big pants people," I go, "Get those tight pants off." Walking around with
I don't know why that
needs
works.
to be looking at that package? God, go upstairs and wash between your legs.
I don't think we can ever. Your brand of comedy is so. I've always found it to be so incredibly unique because
I never worry about anybody stealing my act.
No one could steal your act.
Because you try doing that. You try doing this act. It's not an easy act to do.
It's not. And then, of course, the triumph for me, and we've played it on this show time and time again, is the bravery to stand in front of a stand-up audience and you deliver a line and it's a clunker, and you launch into "I Don't Care," the Broadway song. And did that happen organically? Did that happen where you or was it planned? How did that? I never asked you that question. How did that develop? Where you started singing "I Don't Care" to a stand-up
totally
audience?
Planned. It's like it's a song that was written back in 1929 that was because of the stock market crash. Mm-hmm. So I guess a bunch of people were sitting around going, "Oh my God, we just lost everything. I don't care. I don't care." So it's in the public domain now, and it's a song that I can use. People think I wrote it, but Judy Garland,
sang it, yes.
Did it in the good old summertime. I heard it through. I sound so gay right now, okay? But Edie Gourmet from the Stephen Edie,
of course.
Edie Gourmet recorded it back in the late 50s, early 60s.
More gay. There you go.
And that's gay. Okay, very gay.
That's gay. That's
and
very gay, right?
I heard her do it, and I was laughing so hard that it just cracked me up. I go, "This is the most ridiculous song I've ever heard in my life." I'm happy-go-lucky. Women call me plucky. I don't care. And I was like, well, these people must have been on acid when they wrote this song. Or they must have lost every cent they had in the stock market.
But it's so brave when you pull out a 90-year-old song. You're challenging the audience that you say, "I'm going to tell a joke now, and if you don't like it, whatever, and now I'm going to sing it at you." It is just so brave.
I wrote these jokes that were completely horrible, and they were, like the jokes were, I drove cross country, and I really got to see the country. There was no dotted lines between the states. Also, Kansas is not pink. These are math jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
I know, but I like them anyway. I just like them because it's you saying it.
And they are funny, in a stupid way. And I go, "I don't use a map. I use a globe." You try to get you can't get you can get the map in the glove compartment, but try getting the globe in the glove compartment. and then the audience is just like, sitting there, and I go, I don't care. Go over, I don't care. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Bing, bing, bing. Ruff, ruff, ruff. He's singing the whole song. I don't care.
God, I love it. I love this guy.
Kind of a little Ethel Merman spin on it. So
yeah. Well, you got I think you've got Ethel Merman, qualities in your delivery, Kevin. I think you've had that for a long time. You can hear you in the back of the
Tom Shales of the Washington Post said I was the illegitimate love child of Jonathan Winters and Ethel Merman.
Wow, high praise.
So,
that is tremendous praise.
A woman called me. I was doing a show last weekend up in Albany, and she goes, "You remind me of if Liza Minnelli and Nathan Lane had a baby." I was like, wow. I said, I like that.
I'm so glad you came out, Kevin, because it keeps getting back to the very gayest of subjects. It's fantastic. We love that. And Liza Minnelli. Can you get any more gay than Liza Minnelli? I don't think you can. I don't think that's possible.
I asked my mom. I said, she's best, my mom. And I said, well, Mom, did you ever think I was gay? And she goes, well, you were always answering the door. And I have no idea what that means. I really don't.
On that note,
and people would come over for dinner all the time. They'd come over for dinner, and when Mary and I, were together, and they'd say, "Oh my God, who decorated the house?" And Mary would go, "Well, Kevin did. He chose all the color palette. Yeah, Kevin did." And "Oh my God, who does all the gardening? Kevin does all." And then I'd be inside cooking with an apron on and a chef hat, and they would say, like, under their breath, they go, "What is he, gay?" And I'd be in the kitchen, "No, I'm not gay. You're gay. How about that? How about if I turn the tables on you? You're gay."
Oh,
and that was the gayest thing you could say, So it was just, it was horrible. So finally, when I got on Broadway. And, I met all these wonderful people, and
right.
People say to you all the time, they go, "Does Broadway make you gay?" Yes, it does. And even if you go see a show, you can become gay, okay? Not regional theater, but Broadway.
Yes.
Mike,
Broadway.
Not regional, you're saying.
Not
the
regional,
great
not
white...
even
The
not
great
even
white gay
company.
way. That's the way we do it.
It's the great gay way, yes.
The great gay way. We've renamed Broadway now. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Kevin, always a pleasure to talk to you. Is there anything on your list of upcoming shows that you want to plug more than the others? We got a list here. I know that Friday you're going to be up in Peekskill, New York, and you live around Midstate, don't you? Don't you hang out? Isn't that your stomping ground up
I
there?
live in Forestburg, New York. It's a great little community, and I live right outside of Monticello, which is the sexual offender capital of the world. So
That's nice.
look
You're
it up.
fantastic,
I had no idea when I moved here that that's what it was. But anyway, it's they can follow me on Twitter at Kevin Meaney, Meaney, and of course on Facebook. And mostly I communicate with people, through Twitter and Facebook, and that's that's what people do now.
Yeah, well, I remember the last time we had you on. I think we were doing the whole Facebook thing. Was it relatively new, Rob, that we were doing, and we got
Kevin.
got everybody.
Oh my God, you were the guys. You were responsible. I said I wanted 5 because the cap is 5,000, right?
Right.
And I said, well, I only have 2,500, and you go, we'll get you 5,000, and it was because of your show that day. It just kept. I remember leaving your studio, and my phone just kept clicking. Another one, another friend, another friend, another. So, half of my friends are from the Mike O'Meara show.
Awesome. That's cool.
We love you, Kevin,
Yeah.
and you're going to get more today. So follow Kevin Meaney. Get all the information at kevinmeaney.com. You can friend him on Facebook or follow him on Facebook now. Like him, whatever they do. That's the way it goes. We live it. We breathe it every single day, but I still haven't figured it out. Kevin, it is always
Can I say
a pleasure.
hello to Oscar?
Yes, say hi to Oscar. Yes.
Hi, Kevin.
Oscar hasn't said a word.
Oh, there he is. There's Oscar.
What are you wearing?
Thank you.
What are you wearing?
Well, I've got some got some chaps on.
He didn't leave Oscar out.
Nice.
You know, it's Oscar.
No, Rob
you were...
said it would be Oscar. It would be Mike, Oscar, and himself. And I didn't hear anything from Oscar.
Well,
I thought maybe he'd
I was.
passed out.
Why don't you tell
So.
Kevin Meaney why, Oscar?
I
Let's
was
be honest.
speechless because I answered the door all the time when I was a kid. I decorated our condo,
Whatever you do, don't go to a Broadway show.
and I will cook sometimes when my girlfriend, who doesn't cook, doesn't want to do anything.
Do you have a cat?
No, I don't have a cat.
Okay. All right. I had a cat and I wore a bow tie. Okay. So, okay. Yeah.
Hey, I got to ask you,
Whose cat
Oscar.
is that? That's Kevin's cat. He brought the cat into the marriage.
In 1987, how old were you, Oscar? How old were you in 1987?
I was in second grade.
Second grade. That's
Maybe
when,
Oh,
7 or
that-
8, yeah.
that is when Mr. Meaney here slayed it on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
One of the greatest debuts ever on The Tonight
One
Show.
of the all-time great debuts on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and you were in second
That
grade.
is
so-
some different comedy. I've never seen that before. That is some really that is different. I haven't seen any comedian do such different material. Ed, you agree with me, Ed?
Oh my God! How many times did you do the Tonight Show with Johnny? Not the J version. How many times did you do the Tonight Show with Johnny?
Probably about maybe 7, 8 times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really one of the great. It was made for you,
Yeah.
and and
He
phenomenal
loved me.
doing
He
it.
just loved me, and I loved him. And I wrote him a letter when I was 14 years old. I told him he had moved from New York to Burbank, and I was only 14 at the time, and I was so mad that he had moved out of New York. And I wrote him a letter, and I washed dishes then and pots and pans, and I wrote him a letter saying that I was the fastest pot washer on the East Coast, and I would take on his West Coast pot washer in a competition. and then he, when I finally got on the show, and I said, Johnny, I wrote you a letter when I was a kid saying I was the fastest pot washer on the East Coast, and I would take on your West Coast competition. He turned to Freddie DeCordova and said, why didn't we have him on the show, Freddie? Why didn't we have this kid on the show back then? I would have loved a pot washing competition. So it was just weird.
Phenomenal. Oh my
At
God!
Kevin Meaney on Twitter, we followed you. I followed you, Kevin.
Fantastic.
Very happy to have you, and really for me it was a kick because I used to listen to you on Mike's show when I was just a listener. So to have you on, just following along and taking notes to figure out when I'm going to come out.
Okay. Well, you have my number, and I live in the woods.
I live in the woods. Kevin Meaney. It's kevinmeaney.com. Get all the information. We love you, and don't be a stranger. We're going to make it sooner next time. We love you, Kevin, and good luck with everything you do.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Oscar.
Thank you,
Thank
Kevin.
you, sir.
Oh, man. That is
Bye-bye.
fantastic. Now we can start the show. Go ahead, Rob. That's fantastic.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
I don't drive that much. I have a jetpack. I drove cross country. Really got to see the country. Notice that there's no dotted lines between the states. Also, Kansas is not pink. These are map jokes. Please try to follow me, all right? Great jokes to tell in the car. I don't use the map. They're too big. You open them up, they're as big as the car. You should be like me when you drive. Use a globe. Have that baby right next to you while you're traveling. Well, I'm in North America. Can you tell me what latitude I'm in? Tough time getting that thing back in the glove compartment, you know. Get it back in. No place for your gloves. I don't care. My jokes don't go over. I don't care. Everybody, I don't care. He does not care. I don't care. He does not care. I don't care. I'm happy-go-lucky. Women call me plucky. I don't care. Shut up. I don't care. One more time. No! I don't care. We hate you. I don't
don't care. This is stupid. You're like a crazy person. Why do you do this to your father and I?
Thank you very much.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
You know what? There are guys that are that have certain unique styles. He is one in a million,
He
and
really is.
always a pleasure. We are live from the Cappy Pfeiffer studio in the heart of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We're on the air and online worldwide. The Mike O'Mara Show, a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. And if you are here, ladies and gentlemen, you do too. Our show today brought to you by HomeLight. Buying and selling a house, probably the biggest decision you'll make in your lifetime. Please take my advice and do it with the best realtor. You need HomeLight. HomeLight is the best new way to find your perfect real estate agent. Their technology analyzes home sales data and client reviews to find the best agent for you based on past performance. The right way to do it, the smart way to do it. HomeLight was founded by smart guys at Stanford. It's backed by Google. HomeLight agents are all top 5% producers, and they're proven to sell faster, and here's the best part, for up to a 9% higher selling price. Don't you think you want to do that?
Sure.
Yes. They are experts in marketing and prepping your home for sale. Plus, they're honest, professional, and reliable. Here's what I want you to do. Visit homelight.com today. That's HOMELIGHT.com. Click on the microphone in the right-hand corner and enter our promo code TMOS to contact your perfect agent through the HomeLight website. Or give them a call, 844-321-AGENT, and tell them that Mike sent you. Homelight.com, the best way to find a real estate agent, and we love that company. I'll tell you something. Having that guy start a show, everybody should start a show like that.
That's the way to do it,
a lot
right?
of fun. And I like to, to hear the serious side of Kevin Meaney. And the one question I was going to ask him though, since he is closer to the whole LBGT community, when is it okay to, I'm finding myself during every show now so conflicted because I support Caitlyn Jenner,
of course,
but the impression is just too dear to me to give up on a daily basis.
I will text him after the show and get an answer for you.
And I don't care. But anyway, that's Kevin Meaney singing that. So, how are you today, Oscar?
I feel great. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm feeling. I did the late night drunk dialing tour last night. I called my
and for Mike it was late night.
Late 11:30, correct?
Yeah.
It was 11:30, which
thought
is super
something
late.
was wrong.
Well, I called my friend on the West Coast, Cappy, because Cappy left me a message over the weekend, and I hadn't gotten back to her. And, I was sitting there. I'd come back from dinner and a couple of toddies with my lovely bride. She had trundled off to bed. I'm sitting on the porch with a cigar and a smiling Irish bastard. And
a real cigar or an electronic
cigar?
cigar?
A real cigar.
It has been a while for you, hasn't it?
No, I've been doing that. Periodically, once every couple of weeks, I'll have a cigar.
Couple lines of blow.
Yeah, right. Tons of cocaine up here in the great state of Maine.
Well, he's out of Disco Biscuits.
It's the Great White North.
I'm kind of ramped up, and Carla goes to bed, and I'm sitting on the porch with a stogie and a smiling Irish bastard, and I call Cappy, and I get her answering machine, and I'm like, bummer. Because Cappy and I will, talk on the phone. She's one of the few people I can talk on the phone with for a very, very long period of time, and I don't do that. You know that, Rob, and you know that, Oscar.
Yes.
I hate doing that. And
you have a
only
demeanor.
time-
Your phone demeanor is that of someone in a dental chair. It's uneasy and ready to be done with it. That's
Can't
how you
stand
do
the
it.
phone.
You don't like it.
Unless I'm really in the mood.
Right.
And the only way that I get in that mood, ladies and gentlemen, is when I have been a little overserved. And so I get the answering machine, and I'm just crestfallen.
Peeved.
I'm like, this was my... Because I'm not going to be in this frame of mind, because contrary to popular belief, I don't do that every night of the week. I said, bummer, and I'm just itching.
How do I harness
this energy?
Yes.
I've ramped up to this. I'm ready for this conversation. And I'm like, well, I know that periodically Oscar Santana will drop a text or an email or maybe even a voicemail if something's really important after 11 o'clock at night.
Yes.
I figure Oscar doesn't sleep, so Oscar is probably up. And,
Children of the night.
I had to talk to somebody, and so not only did I talk to Oscar for a good long time, but I got off the phone with Oscar, and then I called Cappy again, and she answered this time.
Fantastic.
Yay! It was fantastic.
What time did he call you? Do you know the time?
11:34.
If he called me at 11:34
Yes.
and I saw that, I would assume death in the family.
Yes.
I would say, I would answer. I'd say, "Don't worry, I will send flowers to Oscar's funeral," because that would be the only thing that would make you call me that late at night. I would think.
Yeah, I was worried. I said, "Hey," because I was actually doing homework,
Right.
and I called and I said, "Is everything okay?" I think that's the first thing that came out of my mouth.
First thing you said is
Yes.
everything okay?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
And I of course used my my Caitlyn Jenner. Everything's just fine. No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I just for some reason it's Kevin Meaney. I can't help myself.
He gave me a great excuse to say. He goes, "Oh no, I've had a few beers. I just want to call and say hello." And I said, "I'll have a beer with you. I hate my life right now.
nice.
Let's do this."
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, he
Virtual
had to be-
drinking. You should. Next step, Mike, will be FaceTiming him.
I took advantage of Oscar's FML moment, and we chatted for a while, and then talked to Cappy, and then when I woke up this morning, I realized that the smiling Irish bastard is poisonous. I know I know that
Death, where is thy sting?
I know we promoted this company. I know they're fine people. They're not sponsors of the show. I'm saying it's poisonous. And Carla looked at me, and actually, when you can get sympathy, when your wife looks at you first thing in the morning, and she looked at me, and I got sympathy. That's all. That's all I want to say.
You dropped a clue before the program that I didn't realize that would be related. Is this why you didn't mask up last night?
Mask up? Yeah, because the machine that I have,
the CPAP machine.
You can't mask up when you're not near the machine, which is in the bedroom, and you're on the couch.
Oh, so you couched it last night?
I couched it. Woke up at 5:30, maybe 10 minutes before the little guy's going to get up, and I crawled into bed. And I believe that when he did wake up at 5:45, Carla heard this under the cover. She heard, "Can you give me just an hour? Can you please, for the love of God, give me just 1 hour, please?" And she did, and I recovered, and everything's right with the world.
Daddy, you smell like hops.
That's right. Yes, thank you. And here's the thing: you would think that it was the booze.
Yeah.
No, it was the second cigar.
Never
again. And I've taken 3 showers, and I still smell like a cigar. Anyway, we'll take a break. Come back with more fun and more thrills right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. And thank you for joining us, Kevin Meaney.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gary Stein.
I am Tony T. Perkins.
And on this week's episode of the show, my middle initials are T.
I know, Anthony.
Listen, we are going to talk comedy.
Sure.
We've got Paul Provenza on.
Why not, Ben?
One of our favorites.
Yes.
Do you have anything more to contribute?
No. Go.
Paul Provenza's on the show, and it's going to be hysterical. Listen to the Tony Perkins Show. Subscribe at iTunes, and listen on the brand new Tony Perkins Show app.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I was like a little kid yesterday. This is before all the dialing happened at night. This is yesterday afternoon. And the FedEx guy arrives, and you have to be a pretty good company when something as average as shaving gets you so excited.
Yes.
My Harry's package arrived from FedEx yesterday. I'm on the porch. The guy has this tiny little and I knew what it was, and it was just like Christmas morning. That's pretty good when you can do that, and that's what Harry's does. We're talking about shaving. Shaving is fantastic thanks to Harry's. They take the guesswork out of shaving because they send blades direct to your door based on how often you shave, and I got my package yesterday, and I'm so very happy. Shaved with my Harry's this morning.
Mike, we must be on the same cycle because I got my package this week too. I'm a subscriber, and every whatever they've determined it, I get the package, I get the blades, and I get shaving cream. It's fantastic.
That's the Harry's Shave Plan. They ship high-quality razors straight to your door. Deliveries are customized to your shaving routine. You never run out of blades. And did we mention their prices are absolutely astronomically good?
Oh,
and I shouldn't use astronomical when I'm talking about prices. Go into a drugstore, price the razors in there, and then check out Harry's. They're incredible. They have such confidence in their German-engineered blades. There is a 100% satisfaction guarantee that your first shave plan order includes a free handle. How great is that? Start your Harry's monthly subscription. Never worry about buying blades again. Never. As a special offer for new customers, get your free razor and save $5 off your first subscription with the code TMOS at checkout. That's harrys.com. Use our code TMOS and start shaving better today. So, Rob, you had something. We taped the bonus show yesterday.
Yeah.
We didn't get to it on the bonus show, but I'm thinking about Kevin Meaney right now. I'm a big banana guy.
Easy.
I truly am. Well, it's the only way I can put it. We eat a tremendous amount of bananas in the O'Mara household. I talked about that pancake recipe where I mash the bananas, and it's banana-based. That's the batter. You mash the bananas, put a little cinnamon in it, and you have a pancake. But you were going to talk about something that is terrifying, and that is a banana crisis.
I sent you
a worldwide banana crisis.
Mike, this could be the problem in the near future.
He tells you yes, we have no bananas.
Did you hear about this, Oscar?
No bananas today.
Did you know there was a banana crisis? Do you have the link I sent you?
Yeah, I do.
There was a banana crisis, I think, in 1965 that resulted in the variety of bananas that everyone is eating back then. They had to burn down the plantations because the virus or whatever, this disease, this plague, got into the bananas and ruined it. And
banana disease?
Yes.
It's a fungus. It's a fungus.
Oh.
And the problem is that the problem, Oscar, is Big Banana. But Big Banana is so focused on getting bananas out that they're not diversifying and they're not trying to find a disease-resistant strain of bananas, and we're screwed. Banana-loving Americans are screwed.
What about the second banana, the plantain?
That's not a banana. And the second banana is also what I believe I was called on the old show.
But I thought bananas were just bananas. They're not. The bananas we eat now, and they call them your grocery store bananas, were developed after the other bananas were completely wiped out.
So, wait a second. The bananas I eat today they were made in a lab?
Listen to this. Let me read the story. Just the first part of it. It says 50 years ago, we were eating better bananas. They tasted better. They lasted longer. They were more resilient, and they didn't require artificial ripening, like they do now. That's gross, isn't it? They were simply put a better fruit because they belong to a different species. I guess it's called cultivar in banana parlance. It was called Gros Michel. And that was the name of the strain of banana. It remained.
And if you've ever strained your banana, you know how painful that can be.
And it remained the world's export banana until 1965. That year, it was declared commercially extinct due to a disease, a fungal disease that started out from Central America and quickly spread to most of the world's commercial banana.
Well, spray some
plantations.
tenactin on it.
Tough actin tenactin.
But I mean, they can't. It gets into the soil, and they literally go that you can't grow them.
Did you see the picture that I sent you where they had to torch entire plantations because once that disease, that plague gets into the bananas, they're done.
There's a name for today's banana, the grocery store banana. It's a great name. Sounds very British. The Cavendish.
Oh, hello.
That's the banana. It's the Cavendish.
What about organic banana? Same deal?
Yeah. That's what I'm curious about because I am a big one for the organic bananas, and Carla doesn't like to get them because they're green most often when you see them in the grocery store. But I'm like, well, that's why you put them out on the counter and they turn yellow and they ripen. That's why. But she doesn't like to buy.
But the thing is,
there's a big difference in the taste of organic bananas and regular
I think that
bananas.
Even the organic banana is the same strain, just raised differently. Because to read that article, they're all Cavendishes, right?
Yes, it says there are hundreds of banana varieties in the world, but the Cavendish alone accounts for nearly the totality of exports. So that's it. The ones that we eat are this one particular strain, and now they have this disease again. It's called Tropical Race 4. Started out in Malaysia around 1990, and it's wiping out bananas. Everyone who's ever had athlete's foot knows how hard it is to get rid of a fungus.
See?
That's what this is. It's a fungus.
Right, Pony.
that gets in. I'm learning
So
so much
athletic.
about this, and and Rob showed me the pictures of these decimated banana plantations, and I can't live without my bananas.
I know.
I can't
And you
do
know
that.
what? Big Banana is ignoring this until the last minute, just like they did in the 60s. Those who ignore banana history are doomed to repeat it, Mike.
How much do bananas cost now? I don't do the grocery shopping. The lady in my life does that.
I think they're about 99 a pound. Does that sound about right?
I'm not sure because I don't pay attention to that either.
I know
but,
sometimes
I eat them.
you know that crooked joint Wegmans. They'll do a loss leader on bananas just to get you in the door.
This is kind of nerdy, this article, but the Cavendish is under attack from this pathogen. Local varieties are under attack from the Cavendish. I don't know what to tell you.
What's the one fruit you could do without? You couldn't do without. You could not do without. You couldn't do without.
Apples.
I could do. Oh my God, the apple.
I couldn't do without apples.
Well,
You couldn't do without apple. I thought you were saying you could do without.
No. But I'm even talking about just the varieties. Although you can have your Red Delicious apples. That's garbage.
So if you have one fruit, if you have what we have to break, we will come back and I think about fruits.
Okay.
Oh, I know mine. I know mine. I'm going to go.
Mine is Kevin Meaney. No, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. We'll take a break and come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. I can make that joke.
It's silliness is all it is.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Not right.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. It's Open Mike, the audiobook. Thank you so much for making this a smash hit on iTunes. We're really, really proud of it, and you're going to love it. It's the story of the Mike O'Mara Show is read by the authors, Mike, Rob, Oscar, in their own words, the entire book, and then some. Do we have a clip of the Mike O'Mara Show audiobook today?
We do. Yesterday we featured my faultless impression of Steve Bridges. Today we feature Kathy Parsley, known as Kathy Parsley, Nay O'Mara. And we get to see...
is that why do you say Nay O'Mara?
Because born O'Mara, but now called Kathy Parsley. That's how they write it in the paper.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. It's the crappiest put together instant replay in the history.
My God.
Let me tell you how my instant replay was put together. These were put in at a variety of audio levels, never uniform.
Run the board. Run the board, man, please. Jesus Christ.
I couldn't get my hand on it quick enough. Jesus.
In any case...
Much better.
Better?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, the second one comes in louder than the first one. Jesus Christ.
Someone's hungover.
Oh, my God, my head. Oh, my God, that hurt. If you guys think it hurt you, imagine what it did to me on this end.
Knocked tiles off the wall. Today,
God.
we examine the complex relationship.
It's like an atomic bomb going off in your head. That's what it is, right into your ears.
The complex relationship between Mike and Kathy O'Mara. Kathy Parsley.
Mike was born early because he was sort of small, ironically. Go figure that. He was a little tiny baby, around 5 or 6 pounds. He had some breathing problems at birth, so he stayed at the hospital for a few extra days.
Hateful.
That's my impression of my sister. I forgot. That's goddamn funny. Anyway, $6.99 now available. Download it instantly on iTunes or at MikeO'MaraShow.com or Google Play or Amazon. You're going to love what you hear. Welcome back to the show. Whoa. I was thinking about the fruit, and I would probably be with you, Rob Spiewak. I think the apple... It would be tough to live in a world without apples. That's the fruit I eat more than any other.
And you know what? You can have, there's certain apples you can have. You can have your Red Delicious apples.
Yes.
You can have,
Fuji.
Fuji is not a great apple. It tends to get
it
mealy.
is. The Fuji's a fine
I love
apple.
the
Come
Fuji.
on.
The Fuji can
Had
get
some
mealy.
hits.
They're crispy.
What about, but you know what? Golden
Fuji's.
Delicious is great. Great apple.
Well, and I did a whole series of shows on the Honeycrisp.
Remember,
Thank you.
You were
Thank you very much.
single-handedly responsible for its rise to power.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Nobody will
remember
ever
that.
give me the credit I deserve for that. But yeah, the Honeycrisp. And by the way, the Honeycrisps became so popular that they had knockoff Honeycrisps that weren't really Honeycrisp. The real
They spell
Honeycrisp people.
honey with 2 N's.
It's just they're conjuring because you were in the grocery store game. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
They played around with it. Okay.
They
And
had the original Honeycrisp, the one that we fell in love with, had a short and hot run its first year.
That's right.
Remember? It was
Yeah.
like maybe 2 weeks total.
and it was as big as your head. Too.
Exactly.
Remember that? They
Then
were big as your head.
Then they start coming up with these things that look like strawberries. Oh, these are Honeycrisps? Sure. Knock, knock. Wink,
Not the
wink.
same.
Not the same. Not the
But
same.
you know what? Up here, up here in the Great Pine Tree State, I have to tell you, the blueberries are coming in. The blueberries are coming in. Had some wild Maine blueberries yesterday, and they are
Would you
absolutely
describe
fantastic.
them as Bob Hope would describe them as wild?
Ladies and gentlemen, these are wild. We have wild blueberries, not those. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bob for wild blueberries, not those pesky cultivated pieces of crap you get from New Jersey. These are wild Maine blueberries. Yeah. Let me see. How about that Wyman's Company? Yeah, they own the whole state, don't they? Yeah. They own the whole state. Little wild blueberries coming your way. Yeah, that's some wild blueberries. It's wild, baby.
After the
Wild.
show, we'll explain to Noel who Bob Hope is.
Yes. Thank you.
Oranges, I think, would be my fruit.
Oranges are great.
You can't because you get vitamin C and you get orange juice.
Yeah, but you know what else? As far as when they're good, as far as the fruits that when they are good, they are sensational. Peaches. Peaches are really off the chart when they're good.
I think the peach sucks as a fruit.
Why?
I'm not a peach person.
Why?
I don't like it. Because it's got a pit in the middle of it. I mean, you can't just, well, I know that you have the seeds for the apple.
Not seedless like an apple, I was going to say.
Okay, smart ass. No, but here's the thing. How often, with an apple, if you get the right variety of apple.
Sure.
And now I'm starting to sound like Rob. If you get the right varietal, your apple is a pretty consistent go-to. That's not the case with a peach. With a peach, you can bite into it, and it might not be at the right level of ripening. It might be one of those cultivated peaches that's sour, absolutely.
But you got to see, that's why the peach has a very small, ideal window of eating. And that's what makes it so great. And when you bite into like an August peach that is juicy and ripe, that's sensational.
You got to get the reentry window, Mike.
Yeah, you got to get there.
It's like plums. Plums
but
are
we
the
have
same way.
neglected,
Plums are
I think,
the same way.
One of the great fruits of all time, and that, of course, would be when it's right, when it's perfect, the strawberry. The strawberry. The strawberry is absolutely incredible when they are perfect. And, they cultivate those, too, and they cultivate them organically. And I think an organic strawberry blows away a regular strawberry.
The best thing is that Big Daddy used to grow strawberries. He did a lot of gardening. And if you would go out to a strawberry patch and pick a strawberry, not in the morning, but in the afternoon when it was actually warm from the sun, no flavor like it.
Yeah?
Just out of this world.
How long did you stay out there?
I'm still there now. The hard part, I had to come in because I ran out of whipped cream.
Little Rob.
Can of Ready Whip?
Hey, you know what? I found a different whipped cream up here.
What?
I don't know if they have it in the grocery stores down where you guys are.
Yes.
You're familiar with the Vermont company known as Cabot? They make the cheddar cheese.
Yes, of course.
That fabulous. They make whipped cream too now.
Wow, how is
I think
it?
they
What
are
about
going
the teddy bears?
The Vermont teddy bears?
Vermont teddy bear. I don't know. Talk about them when they're a client, for God's sake.
They can't all
That's
be winners.
Yeah,
I know.
yes, we're just waiting on one though, Oscar.
I don't care.
Oh, you know what?
Well,
speaking of that, Mike, I'm glad you did a callback. I actually have the song that Judy Garland sang.
I don't care what they may think of me.
Hey, Noel.
Yeah.
Do you know who Judy Garland is?
I know the name.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, that's good. Have you been studying old celebrities to fit in better with this show?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Wouldn't
Do you know?
work.
Can you tell me? Here's your question of the day.
Mm-hmm.
How are Liza Minnelli and Judy Garland connected?
Oh, that's a question that I don't know either. So
You don't know the answer to that
No,
either.
I don't know
Well, then
either.
Noel's certainly not going to.
She may. Who knows?
Let me ask Pony. Pony will know. Pony, do you know how they're connected?
Oh, yeah, they were on I Love Lucy together.
You don't know either?
Oh, this is so horrifying.
This is so sad, isn't it?
This is sad.
Rob, I think we can
it
be
makes
sad.
me feel that we are not doing our job.
I know.
I mean, just based on the fact that we've spent between us 5 years with each of these guys, they should know this just by having it sink in.
Let me tell you, boys, that Judy Garland is Liza Minnelli's mother.
Oh, wow. Now this makes sense.
And it's always so upsetting when you see Liza all drugged out and addled, and she'll come on and she'll say, well, when Mama talked to me, and Mama, and she talks to her about Mama, and it's just scary.
That's why she's so celebrated.
One of the reasons.
Because she's Judy Garland's daughter.
Yeah, she
Okay, you
carried the
know what?
mantle.
I'm going to move on. I'm going to pivot on to another
That
subject
makes
here.
sense.
and
What
maybe
fruit does Liza like?
David Guest. Thank you. We got it. That's gay. That's gay humor for Rob Spewak and Mike O'Mara. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. Knock on the door. There's a funny joke. Thank you. We loved it. Nobody else will get it, but we'll love it. All right, let me pivot on this one because
silly.
Noel, another question for you, okay?
Okay.
Judy Garland starred in one of the great children's movies of all time, and it's been a popular movie for decades. And most children have seen this movie, and maybe even you have seen this movie. Can you tell me the name of the children's fantasy movie that Judy Garland starred in?
I'll just guess.
Okay, that's good.
Mary Poppins?
Very close, but no, that is
I've got a
incorrect.
guess.
Oscar Santana, go ahead.
Sound of Music.
No, that is incorrect. And I will tell you, with both of those choices, you guys are a couple of decades too late.
I won't even give them close on that. That's
Right.
not even close.
Now, Pony Boy, do you know the answer?
Was that The Wizard of Oz?
The Wizard of Oz!
Yeah.
The Wizard of Oz. And Noel, have you seen The Wizard of Oz?
Yes, of course.
Okay, very good.
Ruby
and so,
Slippers.
This is the definitive song, Judy Garland, ladies and gentlemen. That's who Judy Garland is.
She
That has
sounds
been
just
our-
like Liza.
Yeah,
absolutely.
there's some similarities there.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
the mama sang it. They wanted to cut it out of the movie because they didn't want mama in a car in a farmyard.
How do you remember this? This is awesome.
Hold on, I'm going to see if I can find Liza for all
So
you guys. Hold
when
on.
did Liza ever own a pair of those ruby slippers?
No, as a matter of fact, all of them went to private collectors and things. The Smithsonian has one, and
Yeah.
then we just had the story about the pair that was stolen.
Yeah.
I think Debbie Reynolds bought a pair at the auction in 1970. There were
You know,
four pairs.
between Kevin Meaney and these discussions, this is the gayest show we've done in 5 years.
We're celebrating.
Rob, I have gone into my instant replay.
Yes.
I have found cut 482.
Oh, I think I
and
know where you're going with
all
this.
it says is Liza. It could be a variety of them. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But let me say, ladies and gentlemen, I will play this. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Liza Minnelli. You know what? I'm so sick of this.
No,
don't break it. Don't break it. Don't
No,
break
no,
it.
no. Mike, I think I actually have that
Hold on, I
cut
got
right
it.
here.
Oh, he's got it.
Here
He's
is.
got it.
Hold on,
Okay.
hold on.
Not working at all.
That was from The Exorcist, right?
Is that completely distorted?
It's horribly
Yeah,
distorted.
it's horribly distorted.
How loud did you put that in the replay?
No,
And I'm
it
blaming
used to.
you.
It used to work. It
It
used
did.
to work.
It did.
It used to
No,
work.
I'm talking about the replay itself is redlining. The
Yeah.
actual replay itself is
Is it
peaking,
possibly
is-
that it could have been altered after the fact? Because
Yes.
there was a time
We
when it
used
played
to
right.
play it. We
Yes.
used to work really well.
Yeah.
All right. How do I turn it down? I'm going to do
Okay.
this right now. on the-
Menu,
Menu.
and then I guess edit cut, and then God,
It's been some time.
It's been a while since I've used this piece of equipment.
Yes.
It says adjust head point.
Not head point.
Okay. Output gain.
That would be good. That'd be good.
Yes.
Back off on the output gain. What you wanted? Lower. Lower, baby. Lower. Lower.
All right, I'm going all the way down to the bottom with it right now.
Excellent.
There you go.
Now we're going to talk.
And then I put enter.
Enter.
Yeah, enter.
Yes.
Enter, baby.
All right.
Enter to
Accepted,
hearing loss.
And, that's it.
And what's great is we're helping preserve her memory.
Oh my God!
yeah.
No,
Digitally.
there's no other show in America that's doing this right now.
Well, the Liza cast.
Weird.
All right, and now I'm going to try it again because I want you to hear Liza.
yes!
Yeah.
Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
I don't think I totally destroyed the show by doing that.
No, and what you've done is you've improved the show because now we know that we have Liza to go to when we need her.
She's back, baby.
And the time is often.
Do you have any Liza yourself in your little machine there?
Mike, funny you should say.
Ladies and gentlemen, as our Garland Minnelli tribute continues on the Mike O'Mara Show. This is this Garland or Liza singing this song?
This
They
is
both sang
Liza.
it.
The world goes round.
It's 2:45.
Sometimes you're happy and sometimes you're sad.
Oh, I got the wrong song.
But
I got
the
the wrong song.
Let me go see if I can't fast forward to a finish here because
sometimes.
Do you have any other Liza
I've
in
got
your machine?
Hey,
tons of Liza.
quick question, gentlemen.
Yes.
Yes.
She was in
Yes,
Arthur on the Rocks.
Yeah, and Arthur as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Liza Minnelli, and now you can turn her off because I can't stand listening to her. I will tell you this. Liza Minnelli took one of the great comedies of all time, Arthur,
Yeah.
and almost, in my humble opinion, single-handedly ruined it. Because
it
she was
speaks well
so,
of the movie, though. That
it
the
speaks
movie
well of the movie because the movie with
survives her.
Dudley Moore was so fantastic in that movie.
Spreading the news.
Shut up, Liza. Thank you. Please. So Rob's going through his Liza music now like a maniac. I will tell you, Liza Minnelli.
Yes.
What's this one?
Oh, Mike, it's what it is. It's talent. That's what you're talking about right here.
Liza Minnelli, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's a 12 minute. And what is she doing during this? Is she scratching?
Doing blow.
I'm not sure. Maybe this time.
I'll be lucky.
I feel there's a segment of our audience that's truly tracking with this, but I would say there are many more people that are going, what the F are these two doing today on this show?
I know we can't stay with the cut, but this is the rare recording of maybe this time where she soils herself. So it's
fantastic.
No, I'm
but
sorry,
she ruined
that's too much.
You've seen Arthur, Oscar.
Well,
haven't
as a
you? Seen the
kid, my parents had HBO, and they would never monitor what we watch.
Home
And-
box office, Mike.
Yeah, and I would,
Right.
I would, as a kid, I'd be like, "That's the funniest old man I've ever seen. He's just drunk buying everything."
A bit of it. I fell out of the goddamn floor. Isn't that the funniest thing ever? But I tell you,
great.
Liza Minnelli, I watch Arthur, and I haven't watched it in years, but when I watched Arthur, and then I'd watch it on cable after the fact. Whenever she would be on screen, it just almost destroyed the movie for me because she was so Liza, and it was just she didn't belong in that movie. I don't know how you'd recast that as Dudley
Who would you
Moore's
put
love
in that
interest.
role? And I mean, you could even go
Kevin
modern.
Meaney.
Yeah,
I would put
think
Kevin Meaney
he'd
in
be
there.
excellent.
I would make Dudley Moore gay, and I would put Kevin Meaney in it, and it would have been a much funnier movie. That's just my opinion on that.
But I mean, can you think of even anyone modern that you could put in that role and make it work?
You know what? You don't
They
need a
did the
comic
horrible remake.
actress.
They did
you
a
don't
horrible
need
remake with
You
it.
don't need a comic actress. You need a hottie. You need a hottie in
like a
that because
10.
you want somebody that would be, strong, like Candice Bergen, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
Candice Bergen would have been perfect in that. That is still being very
Murphy's
gay.
Law.
This is one of the instrumental tracks from
Murphy
Arthur.
Brown, not Murphy's
Brown.
Law.
Murphy's Law. Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, Noel,
Yep.
because this is now becoming one of my favorite features. Do you know who Candice Bergen is?
No.
James Garner.
Sounds familiar, but no.
Oh, okay, that's good for the bio.
Pony, do you know who Candice Bergen is?
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
You're
He's really disappointing.
He had a really on day yesterday. You're altering your pills, right?
Oh, stop it.
Because you're inconsistent.
Well, no, Candace isn't really. She's not like a mega star. The only reason I know is because of you guys.
Murphy Brown was,
she
a
was huge.
massive
In the
television
70s,
show.
she was very little.
Yeah, we were kid. Well, he was definitely a kid.
Yeah, true.
Was Murphy Brown in the 70s?
No, it was in the
80s.
80s
Yeah.
TV show.
I know Moonlighting.
Moonlighting, one of my all-time
And Sybil
favorite shows.
Shepherd.
Yeah, Sybil Shepherd in Arthur. How about
Sybil
that?
Shepherd would have been perfect
Exactly,
for Arthur.
because she can play comedy too.
Absolutely flawless. That is the best casting decision I've ever heard.
And only
Put Sybil
6
Shepherd
feet
in
taller.
Arthur.
She's only 6 feet taller than Dudley Moore.
You put him on a box. But he's supposed to be little,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That is true.
Remember when he says you don't have like 500 short pants in your closet? Remember when he talks
That's
about
right.
that? That would have been perfect. That would have been absolutely incredible. But it's not going to get us our bananas back. That's
No,
for sure.
and it's I think it's nice that we've raised the mood of America because we are a country in banana crisis.
How did we go? Sometimes I look back at these shows and I say, how did we go from a banana shortage all the way to Liza Minnelli and then wrap it up with Dudley Moore?
I know it was your favorite fruit. It went from bananas to crisis to what fruit can you not be without?
Yes.
And then I don't know how we got to Liza from
Hey,
there.
Noel, I've got turnabout is fair play because we've been giving you a hard time about being so damn young. And I will tell you this. Let's turn it around on me and ask me a question about any celebrity that you know that is, in your eyes, a big star that I might not know. Can you do that? Do you think you could pull that off?
Anybody works.
Yeah. If you give me like a minute. I really just don't pay attention to celebrities that much.
She may be anti-establishment, Mike. That's what
could be true.
That's
Could
what
be
I'm
true.
working on here.
All right, so.
How about athletics?
I'm against them.
Here.
Do you know an athlete, Noel?
All right, you know what?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to be related to music, and you're not going to know it.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Lauren Ashton.
I know Lauren Ashton. I know. I've actually collected some of her music. I have two of Lauren Ashton's singles on YouTube right now. As a matter of
Really?
fact.
It's Lauren as a guy.
Oh, damn.
Mike O'Mara with the fail, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Lauren.
I blew it. See, doesn't now Noel, doesn't that feel pretty good?
Sure.
Don't you see why Mike does it?
Yes. You know, I love it because I love watching the interns' personalities develop on the show, and
Yes.
it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful thing talking to Noel on a regular basis.
Still waiting to see Mac's personality show up.
So this is a
Wait,
guy.
I'll
This
give
is
you-
a guy. This is a guy, Lauren Ashton.
Yes, like
And-
Lorin.
And what would be his most famous
He
song?
is most famous song. He has a bunch. He is bass nectar who's like crazy.
Oh, he's a DJ.
He's a DJ.
Oh, wow.
Producer
Oh, he's a
and
DJ.
Just like you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like
like you.
Dead Mouse.
Yeah, something like that.
Like that. See,
He
How about
is.
Dead Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as I
Yeah.
used to call it, Dead Mouse 5.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mike, if you saw Bass Nectar or Lauren Ashton, he looks homeless. Legitimately, I just found him.
Does he look like one of those people that they have outside the Walmart up here?
Yeah, but
No.
Gutter punks. Does he look like a gutter punk?
He does. He does. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
Very good.
No,
Excellent.
that look is in. So I'll tell you that.
Very good.
Very cool. All right. One last question, Noel. Are you high now?
No.
Okay, just checking. Okay, thank you. We'll take a break, and the news you may not need coming up on the Mike O'Mara Show. I love not seeing her. It's like this disembodied
It's like Wizard of
voice that
Oz.
I hear.
Pay no attention to the intern behind the curtain.
We'll be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
This week on the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show.
Because I had not eaten like that in maybe 2 or 3 months, I thought I was going to throw up on the
Yeah.
spot. It was that heavy and that disgusting.
Did you get
actually
the sweats?
can feel it. I loved it going in. It tasted fantastic, but immediately, like maybe within a half an hour, I was just like going, "Oh my God, that is so nasty."
You know, many times I've lost weight. I've lost hundreds and hundreds of pounds through the years, and I know that when you are on the right road to eating right, and then you have a meal like that, you really do feel ill, which is why, Mike, I always power through and stay with it.
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Thank you very much, Rob Spiewak, and welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Touch of Modern. We love Touch of Modern. I was surfing it earlier in the week and checking out some, they have such a wide range of prices on Touch of Modern, but their deals are truly spectacular, and you can linger on this website at touchofmodern.com. You can do it all afternoon. All of their items at touchofmodern.com are selected to grab your attention, and they're all at unbeatable prices. We love the site. Always cool, always changing. Touch of Modern scours the globe for unique design-focused products to forge your style. They've got tech, they've got iPhone cases, they've got watches, they've got sexy home decor, they've got men's fashion and accessories. It's all going to get you noticed because they take time to give you the really cool stuff at touchofmodern.com. Check out their website. You will love it. Right now, our listeners can get immediate access when they sign up at touchofmodern.com. That's touchofmodern.com. Do it today because tomorrow it will be totally different. That's how life rolls in the fast lane. If you want to see some stuff that you don't see anywhere else, ladies and gentlemen, go to touchofmodern.com. And now let me make sure, because we had a little problem before with our audio. I want to make sure that I've got the levels right. I don't think this is going to blow you out of the water. I truly think it's going to be A-okay. I don't know what happened today. Well, maybe it's what happened last night. I'll be honest with you. Hit the music, boys.
All right.
No, see? I knew it.
Oh. News. Oh. News.
Much better.
My name's Mike, and I am a professional broadcaster. Us Weekly says Ben Affleck has been enjoying the erotic services of 28-year-old Christine, I believe the name is Uzonian, who was hired by Ben and Jen this past spring to watch their kids. Kind of a traditional scenario there.
Smells a little like Gone Girl.
Yeah, kind of tough. Supposedly, things started getting physical between them when Ben and Jen were on a trial separation, and when Jennifer found out, she fired the nanny. But Ben's probably still hitting that because they were seen together as recently as July 17th.
Wow. You can save time, Mike, if you just call them Benifer.
Benifer. Ben's rep has come out swinging, saying, quote, all allegations of a romantic relationship are baseless and untrue. We are considering legal options.
Wow.
So that's for
Yeah,
us
she looks
weekly,
like
I
she's
guess.
just shopping with him. If she's the nanny, she's going to carry some bags as well, right?
Yeah. She's shopping for a bag in his pants.
And she's kind of a plain Jane. I think if he's going to cheat, he's got to.
Caitlin, how do you feel about that comment by Rob Spielman? Can you come in?
That was completely inappropriate.
I'm sorry, CJ.
But really, if they can't prove it, celebrities win these lawsuits against these tabloids. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a reputation as a tough guy, but even he doesn't get why the Minnesota dentist felt the need to pay $55,000 to have some African locals lure a protected lion out of a park so he could kill it. Arnold, I love this tweet, and I rarely just share a tweet with
Arnold
you.
getting involved.
But this is Arnold's tweet. He goes, killing a lion isn't ballsy. Going into the octagon or joining the military, that's ballsy. Try that before you kill a lion. I agree.
He's right.
I love Arnold.
He
I
is.
applaud Arnold for that. That is fantastic.
But can you even see Arnold tweeting? I think it would take a long time.
Everybody's
Do you
this
remember
guy.
my password?
Killed the lion. I've seen the pictures, and there are so many pictures of this douche with dead, beautiful, rare animals. It's just
he thinks he's in the Predator. You know what I mean? He's going around the world.
Isn't he a really? He's a cut guy.
Yeah.
He's a buff guy.
Definitely
he's out there.
on steroids.
Yeah, he's trying to be Mr. Really, because on the scale of medical professionals, really, isn't the dentist kind of the wimp of the medical world? When you
Just
really
above
think
the
about it?
chiropractor.
Orthodontist is pretty low.
Thank you, Pony. Thank you for that contribution. We appreciate it. He's here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Jose Canseco is totally cool with Caitlyn Jenner. So cool that he plans to spend... He finally got it in. So cool that he plans to spend an entire week as a woman to show his support, and that means wearing full makeup and dresses. He's doing it for his new internet reality show, Spend a Day with Jose.
That's my favorite internet reality show.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they got the trademark to that name because Oscar actually was pitching it to his brother. But he says he's taking it seriously, and he really does support Caitlyn. He says, quote, in the very beginning, I didn't understand it, kind of like a lot of people.
Sure.
So I was kind of like against it. Once I watched it more and more and realized what it really entailed, what he was going through, I started supporting him. So, you know what? Nothing wrong with that, and I'd certainly like to see the pictures of Jose Canseco.
I don't think we need to invest any time watching an internet reality show, but a photograph would be nice.
Be a lot of fun. Rumor has it that the NFL was willing to reduce Tom Brady's 4-game suspension by at least 50% if he admitted to having knowledge of the deflating, admitted to not cooperating with the investigation, and apologized. Well, we all know it didn't happen. They're coming out guns blazing with the Patriots. In a Facebook post yesterday, Tom, I hate the word double down, but that's what they're calling it.
Everyone says it.
Here's his quote. He said, I'm very disappointed by the NFL's decision to uphold the suspension against me. I did nothing wrong, and no one in the Patriots organization did either. That's kind of making a fist with this situation.
Wait till you hear what Bob Kraft says in the audio vault. He's a dick.
Okay, so he's in it too.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
He's jumped in the fight. I'll be looking forward to
You'll
that.
like this.
So we'll have to see what happens with that, but it seems to me that they're going to be going to war with the NFL.
Two different stories.
Yeah, two totally
different
different stories.
stories.
Very interesting. A 17-year-old named Sylvia Stoll was working at her job at J.C. Penney last week. We're not sure where the store is, but apparently she'd only been working there 2 weeks. Her boss pulled her aside and told her she had to go home and change because the red shorts she was wearing were too revealing. There's only one problem. Sylvia had purchased the shorts at the J.C. Penney career section.
Wow.
There you go. She told the manager it wasn't fair to send her home for that, but he insisted when he asked her how long it would take her to go home and change. She said, "It'll take the whole day because I'm not coming back. I quit."
Ooh,
so
face.
that's why this became a big story, because she got the pants that the manager at JCPenney kicked her out for at JCPenney. So that's
In
a little,
her pants.
in her pants. Thank you for making that story interesting, Rob. And now a little something. With the huge number of people moving back with their parents these days, we can assume these kind of fights are going to become more and more common.
Yes.
31-year-old Jesse Randolph of Muncie, Indiana, was in the car with his mom on Friday and asked if he could move back home while he figures things out. But his mother said no. In fact, she told him that he should get a job instead. I think it's a legitimate request. Jesse's response was to flip out. He ripped off the rearview mirror and he hit his mother with the rearview mirror, and then he began to choke her, and he also pulled a knife. And now, she wasn't hurt. Good. She was pretty shaken up. She drove to his ex-girlfriend's house, dropped him off, and then went to a church and called 911. He was arrested for aggravated battery, intimidation, criminal confinement, and strangulation. And for some reason, after I saw this, I just said a little prayer that Pony Boy never gets violent. Glenda? Call us if things get out of control, will you please?
Yeah.
Just
Only
let
with
us
you
know
guys.
Okay.
Rage is out.
Yeah. We will take a break, come back with the Audio Vault and Rob Spiewak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
This is exciting for the Rob and Joe show, Joe, that we have Marcus Serta is going to help clean up our audio a little bit.
Yeah, but he's not going to be involved in the content of the show, is he?
No chance. I mean, we were trying to do a comedy show here. We want it to be funny and entertaining. So he's just going to make it sound better, not actually going to add his thoughts and opinions in his wacky I'm a DJ voice thing.
Yo.
Every week, we promise. No more. Subscribe on iTunes. Listen to us on the TNOS app.
Is that Serta doing that?
Yeah, what they're doing now, they've got a system. Rob and Joe are sending their promos to Serta, and Serta's producing them. It's fantastic.
Oh, my God. That's incredible. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, Amazon, you really have been delivering for us on Amazon. Please keep it up. Share with me what your purchases are on Amazon. We want you to go through MikeO'MaraShow.com to do it. Anytime you purchase something through our Amazon link, we get a tiny percentage. That's how this game works. If you're shopping Amazon anyway, please shop in a way that helps out the Mike O'Mara Show. It's a big part of what we do. And it makes sure that we can continue to successfully bring the Mike O'Mara Show to you on a daily basis. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon button on our website or click on the shopping cart icon on our app. Then shop like you normally would. It's that simple, and hooray for back to school. Get all your back to school stuff on Amazon and do it through our page. Let's open up the Audio Vault for today, Thursday, July 30, 2015. Rob Spiewak.
Hey, Mike. Sometimes when a show has been on a long time, sometimes it gets the future right even without trying.
Yeah.
This clip was floating around on YouTube yesterday. This is The Simpsons from the year 2000. Now, it's funny to think about, wow, The Simpsons 15 years ago. But keep in mind, this is from the year 2000.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
Well, remember when the last administration decided to invest in our nation's children? Big mistake.
So they predicted the possibility of a Trump presidency 15 years ago.
Wow. Pretty
cool. Crazy.
That's
huh?
kind of cool. I like that a lot. Very neat.
While we're talking Trump, have you heard about this attorney, Elizabeth Beck, who was doing some sort of legal deposition with Donald Trump some years ago? And she needed to take a lunch break because she needed to pump breast milk.
Yes.
And Donald Trump said she was disgusting for doing that. Here's her version of the story.
When lunchtime came around, Donald Trump did not agree to the break. He had an absolute meltdown. When I said that I needed the break and it was for breast pumping purposes, he got up, his face got red, he shook his finger at me, and he screamed, "You're disgusting, you're disgusting," and he ran out of there.
And the weird thing about it is that's not usually a word that Donald Trump uses.
Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting.
She's disgusting.
She was so disgusting. Not funny and disgusting. These weak-kneed politicians
It's disgusting.
It's a disgusting design.
Disgusting windmills.
Ugh, she's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Thank you, Mr. Kimmel, for that montage.
That's a hey, and just a little side note on the whole breast pumping thing.
Yes.
That's not just because a woman wants to go out by it's a convenient time and she wants to do that. Women, when they are breastfeeding, they get they fill with breast milk and they actually have to deal with it, and so that's why this woman was doing that. Just a little, I have a little breastfeeding knowledge, because I've been a father, and so that makes him more dickish, in my opinion.
And
That
there's
really
a Madonna song about that. It's called "Express Yourself." So
Express
if you ever want to go
Yourself.
onto
Thank you very much, Rob.
iTunes,
Very
you can
good.
buy
Thank
that.
you. Thank you for making it gross.
But we mentioned earlier, Patriots owner Bob Kraft. Now, it's a very select club when you own a football team, and they tend to be rather cliquish and clannish.
It's only a handful of them.
32, right?
Yeah.
So
Can I do something here? Can
Sure.
I actually do my Bob Kraft impression?
Sure.
That because I haven't heard him in a while, and I have not heard this cut.
All right.
So I want to see if my Bob Kraft matches with the other.
I could.
Tom Brady is completely free of any guilt in this situation.
That's
I
that's my
think you're
Kraft.
going to be pleased. I think you're going to be pleased.
All right,
but
let
what
me
I was
see.
saying is that normally all these guys stick together. Here he is trashing the NFL. You don't hear this much.
Back in May, I had to make a difficult decision.
Mike, let's have another reset on that. Your voice, please.
Back in May, I had to make a difficult decision.
Back in May, I had to make a difficult decision.
Thank you.
That I now regret.
Yeah.
I was willing to accept the harshest penalty in the history of the NFL for an alleged ball violation.
All right, let me stop
Because
you
I
right
believe-
there.
Okay.
Does it not sound like this man has eaten a Dove bar right before he is giving his press conference?
Also, this is a situation where you're wearing a blue shirt with a white collar, and the white collar is 3 inches too small.
Yeah,
Bob Kraft. Well, let's listen to the whole thing again
you
because I
want
want
to
to
start
hear
from the
what it
front?
is.
Okay, very
Yeah, go
good.
ahead.
Bob Kraft.
Back in May, I had to make a difficult decision that I now regret. I was willing to accept the harshest penalty in the history of the NFL for an alleged ball violation because I believed it would help exonerate Tom. I was wrong to put my faith in the league. Given the facts, evidence, and laws of science that underscore this entire situation, it is completely incomprehensible to me that the league continues to take steps to disparage one of its all-time great players. Personally, this is very sad and disappointing to me.
I would be careful bad-mouthing the very people that give you 1/32 of all the TV money.
Yeah, and look, I'll tell you something. What they're doing is, the best defense. That's what they're doing here. But I will tell you, I'd like to hear more facts come out.
He
about
has
this.
final say though. The commissioner within their bylaws has final say.
Has final say the way they do. And haven't we? I mean, he destroyed the phone, man. Come on.
Yeah, but Tom's saying that he didn't destroy the phone.
He is. Okay,
He's
all
saying
right.
that he didn't, and that
also-
the NFL,
more to
Roger,
come, more to come.
Roger Goodell's slandering him, and that's not really what happened.
I had heard that they had the opportunity to go through and just give them the content on the phone that related to the scandal as determined by Brady's camp.
Who is telling the truth?
It's a very, very interesting situation, and there will be more to come on this. It'll have to happen.
Mike, I know you love drummers, and this is some creative drumming. The guy's name is Brian Tichy, I believe you say his last name. He drummed for Whitesnake for a few years, but he's on his own now. He's incorporated something into his kit. Some people will add a cowbell or a gong. He's incorporated a speed bag that boxers use when they train. So here he is drumming the Rush song Limelight with drums and a boxing speed bag.
That's brilliant.
It's very cool.
He's gotten so good at it, he's actually incorporated it into his touring kit. So if you see this guy in a gig, he's got his drums and a speed bag.
That is very, very cool. I would love to see that. I like that. That's very unique. Very, very unique.
So check that out.
What a workout.
And also, Mike, if you have some time this weekend, you may want to go out to California. The Orange County Fair is happening in California this
Very
weekend.
exciting.
The
Bangor.
Orange County Fair in California is going on right now and features deep-fried Slim Fast bars. Deep-fried Slim Fast bars. It's perfect if you haven't decided if you want to be fat or not.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
That's it. Another Mike O'Mara Show has come and gone. Be sure to join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you want to correspond with the Mike O'Mara Show with a letter or package, send it to TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177. To get your message or birthday request into the Wednesday mailbag, email Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Remember, we rely on your word of mouth to do everything. Listen to the show, buy our products, and do all the good stuff at Amazon. If you want to get Open Mike, the audiobook, it's available right now on iTunes, Google Play, and also at MikeO'MaraShow.com and the aforementioned Amazon. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us again for another episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. Bye-bye, everybody.
KevinMeaney.com. So long.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.